Hey, with today's daily sprint, we're talking about increasing our purpose, passion, and meaning. And today we're talking about 3 things that will literally control the trajectory of your life. And I see these 3 things all the time. I'm glad that I'm talking about these 3 things because I think this is gonna help me a lot in kind of redirecting my focus. So number 1 is we can look at what we have or what we can or what we cannot control. So not too long ago, we were caught in quarantine in Mexico, and there was they put us all in like this quarantine. There was another lady next to us in quarantine. And she would go from like being like super happy to literally sobbing in tears. She had met her breaking point. Her breaking point was met. And the difference between her being happy and literally crying was whether she was focusing on what she can or cannot control. She could not control if the hotel was going to give her her negative test results that she needed to get out. She couldn't control that, okay? So when she focused on that, she would be angry and she'd swear and she'd cry. But what she could control is talking through the bushes to us. And there she would talk through the bushes to us, and she would tell us about where she was from and just be very, very happy-go-lucky. So when we focus on what we cannot control, it literally controls the trajectory of us going down a negative path. Number 2, what we have or what we do not have. I'm gonna use the same lady because I've never really seen someone in front of my eyes kind of reach a breaking point before and see such polarization. Okay, so the second thing is when she focused on what she didn't have, which ultimately it was freedom. We all just wanted to get home, and she needed this test result to get home. And again, when she focused on what she didn't have, same thing. It was anger and tears and desperation. At one point, she was on her feet just crying, or on her knees just crying. But when she focused on what she had, which was a great bed, a TV that was beautiful, sunny. She was allowed to go out on her little porch, outside of her hotel room. She had limited room service, so she had. When she focused on that, she was like, it's not too bad. So again, same situation, same circumstance, but the focus on what she did not have, negative test result, to what she did have. And then finally, the third thing that controls the trajectory of our emotions, of our lives, of our state is what we're talking about here, is focusing on the past or the future. And that could be if your past is good and we just live in that, well, then we're not forging our future. If our past was horrible and we just focus on that, that's going to bring us to a negative state. But our future is completely unwritten. Our complete future is completely unwritten, and it's not dictated by our past. So are we living in the past, or are we hoping and forging our future? Those 3 things will literally change the trajectory of your life. So hopefully you wrote those down. We'll see you at the next daily sprint. Thanks for tuning in.